Lexy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. This is my first meal prepping video of 2022 and I am so excited about the new year. I'm excited to share with you some healthy, delicious meals. This entire meal prep took me about an hour, so it's not gonna be something that's gonna take hours and hours to prepare. I love foods that are delicious, that are easy, and that I don't have to use a whole lot of dishes for. So this meal prep is for people who are busy but still wanna eat delicious, healthy food. I also share with you guys how to make the most delicious parfait. I chop up some fruit, granola, all of the things. It is so good. So this is in today's video as well. We also cook up some chicken, some rice, some veggies. We wash the fruits. I make some green juice. So we do a little bit of everything in today's video. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the meal prep. So the first thing I like to start with is washing all of my veggies. You could also do this on days you go to the grocery store. You can wash everything. I personally like to do it when I meal prep. I find the veggies stay extra fresh that way. So if you can wait to wash them, you will definitely get longer days with your vegetables. So now I'm just giving my sweet potatoes a good wash, and then we're gonna go ahead and prep out our veggies for the week. I'm starting with this because the sweet potatoes are gonna take a little bit of time, and so is the carrots. And our protein's gonna be so easy because we're gonna be using the Instant Pot for that. And then these little liners are amazing. I will link them down below for you guys. So for everything we're gonna be cooking in the oven, I have the oven preheated to 400 degrees like you guys saw earlier. I like to give my carrots a head start. One of you guys shared with me you can also pop them in the microwave with a little bit of water for like 5 minutes. That will soften them so you can just cook everything at the same time. But I figured we'd just go ahead and pop them in the oven this time because it gave me some time to chop up the sweet potatoes and also the Brussels sprouts. So we're gonna give the carrots about a 10-minute head start before we add the Brussels sprouts on there, so that way they can be extra soft. And then the sweet potatoes take quite a bit of time as well. I like to chop them in like even sized cubes so that way everything cooks evenly. And then I'll drizzle it with some olive oil. I will do some salt, some pepper, and I'll usually do some paprika, and that is like the best seasoning combination for sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are in the oven. We have a few more minutes and then I'm gonna add the Brussels sprouts on that same pan as the carrots. Now for my chicken, I am using my Instant Pot. I love having my Instant Pot to meal prep out chicken, but you can also pan fry this in a pan as well. If you guys wanna know how I pan fry my chicken, I will link my favorite way for you guys. I have a video all about it, but I like to season my chicken up. I do different seasoning combinations every time. I do not measure my seasonings. I just kind of eye it. Today was salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, and like a garlic and herb seasoning. I'm also gonna go and add some fresh garlic. Now this is frozen chicken breasts, so I'm really making sure to kind of season every like side of it. And then we are gonna be adding some additional time to the Instant Pot if you use frozen chicken. And then I love adding lemon. This just gives it really good flavor, and I feel like it keeps the chicken fresher in the fridge longer. And then I'm adding some bone broth to let the chicken cook. The Instant Pot usually needs about a half a cup of liquid. Mine will add bone broth and bring in some additional nutrients and flavor. And I'm just topping everything with some parsley. Okay, so we have the chicken added. Now the chicken is going to take between like 12 and 25 minutes, depending on how thick it is. I ended up adding an additional 5 minutes to that timer. So I cooked mine for 20 minutes and it was perfect. But sometimes I set it at 20 and it's not fully cooked all the way. So it really depends on the thickness of the chicken. So if it's a little bit thicker, you definitely want to do the 25 minutes if you're dealing with frozen meat. But if you're not dealing with frozen, 12 minutes always seems to work no matter how thick the chicken chicken is. But I'm gonna be making some brown rice that we can have with our meal prep this week. I'm washing the brown rice, and then we're gonna be adding it to my new rice cooker that my husband got me for Christmas. I love this rice cooker, you guys. It came from the Oriental market. It's like an authentic rice cooker, not the American ones that always like break on me and the rice gets all stuck at the bottom. This one is so official. Like, I love it. So the key to amazing brown rice is I like to do bone broth, chicken stock, or chicken broth is great. I did 2 cups of bone broth and then I did the rest water. So if I did 2 cups of rice, I like to do 4 cups of liquid. And then I'm gonna go ahead and let that cook, do the work for me. Now it was time to add the Brussels sprouts to the sheet pan with the carrots on it. So I'm just chopping the ends off of the Brussels sprouts and then I'm chopping it in half. Now that the carrots had about a 10-15 minute head start, I'm gonna go ahead and add the Brussels sprouts on the sheet pan with the carrots. The Brussels sprouts only take about 20 minutes in the oven, whereas the carrots take about 30-35 minutes. So I also had a red onion in the fridge, and I love adding onion to my sheet pan veggie trays. It just makes it so good. So I'm adding some red onion, and then we're gonna season everything up. So for my vegetables, my favorite seasoning combination is olive oil, salt, pepper, and then I'll do a vegetable seasoning I get from Home Goods, but you can really use any vegetable seasoning and it just makes it so good. You can also do some fresh garlic as well. Sometimes I'll do that, and sometimes I'll also add some garlic powder. We're gonna go ahead and pop those veggies back in the oven, and I'm also gonna toss the sweet potatoes. The sweet potatoes take about 45 minutes to get them perfect, so those are gonna continue to cook with the sheet pan. Those will finish up about the same time. So I figured we'd go ahead and prep out our fruit. All meal prepping is multitasking, doing a multiple task at once, and it usually takes me about an hour. So I kind of like to just keep going as things are cooking, but I added a splash of some apple cider vinegar. That's a great way to clean your fruit. And then I'm dumping the strawberries in this salad spinner and also the blueberries. So this is an amazing salad spinner, but I also use it to clean my vegetables as well. I'm gonna let the berries soak for a few minutes. I like to do at least 10 minutes, and I figured we'd go ahead and wash our celery. So this is just some organic celery, and I'm just gonna give it a good wash because organic celery is always so dirty. So I'm getting all of that dirt off of it. You can also soak your celery in the vinegar mixture as well, but I just rinsed it with water today. But sometimes if it's really bad, I will soak it in that same mixture that I soaked the berries in. So here's my omega juicers, what we're going to be using to make my celery juice. So I discovered celery juice a couple of years ago, and I loved what it did for my body. I loved all of the benefits that it did. It gave me energy. It helped with debloating. It helped with my skin. The list goes on. So I wanted to incorporate this back in my diet. It's not something I'm going to do every single day, but I figured if I did it a few times a week, that would be great. So I'm going to go ahead and juice it. It is best to juice the celery juice the morning of that you have it, to drink the celery juice on an empty stomach, to juice it fresh, but sometimes I don't always have time to do it fresh. I wanted to have a few in the fridge that I could just grab and go. So by this time, the veggies were all ready to come out of the oven. They were perfect, you guys. Look how good this veggie tray looks. Sweet potatoes are nice and soft and perfect. The fruit had been soaking for quite a bit, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and rinse everything clean. So the best way to store fruit is actually to store the fruit dirty and just wash it as you need it. That's going to keep it fresh the longest, but I understand that's not the ideal situation to want fruit and have to take the time to wash it. So I still prep mine out, but I let it completely dry before I add it back into the containers. That is going to help your fruit last so much longer. I also stored in some fruit containers as well. So I'll link those below. They came from Amazon. So that's going to keep it fresh for a really long time. So now that the veggies had some time to cool, I'm going to go ahead and add it into our meal prep container. I'm doing a separate one for the veggie mixture, and then I'm going to do one for the sweet potatoes as well. I will link some similar meal prep containers for you guys down below. I literally get them from everywhere. Anytime I see them, I'm like, I need that. So these wooden ones I will link, and also the Pyrex ones I will link for you guys as well. This rice cooker gets the fluffiest rice every time, you guys. Literally every time. Strongly recommend going to the Oriental Market to get your rice cooker. It is pricey. I want to say this one was $150, but it is worth every single penny, you guys. Instead of buying the $30 ones at Walmart, invest in one. Go to the Oriental Market, get a really good one, and you'll have it forever. You'll never have to replace it again. So glad I have this because we eat so much rice in this house. Now that the fruit had a few minutes to dry out, it wasn't completely dry, but I knew we'd be going through the fruit in about 3 or 4 days, so I wasn't too much concerned with it. But if you want your fruit to last you a full week, definitely make sure it's completely dry because you'll get a few more days of having it nice and fresh in your fridge. By this time, the chicken was all done. Look how tender it looks, you guys. It just always turns out perfect in the Instant Pot. I love it how I can just pop it in there and move on and focus on all of the other ingredients for a meal prep. I love how easy it just breaks apart. It's so tender. And the key to making this stay flavorful in your fridge and not dry is storing it with all of that amazing flavor, you guys, which is the juice. We love drizzling the juice on our rice, our vegetables. When we heat it up, it just keeps everything moist and flavorful. So definitely recommend. Do not get rid of that amazing juice. So I decided not to meal prep out my breakfast this week because I was going to do mostly green smoothies, and also we had some turkey bacon, we had some toast and eggs in there as well, so I wanted to have like a heavier breakfast. We had that option, but I wanted to share with you guys how to make one of my favorite parfaits. So I'm just using some vanilla Greek yogurt, and then I go ahead and put some fresh strawberries on top. I'll put some blueberries on top, and I'll also put some chopped bananas. And what takes this to the next level is adding some granola. The granola makes it amazing, you guys. It gives it like a really good crunch. This is something you can also have for breakfast. Sometimes I'll have it for breakfast, but my favorite way is to have it as a little healthy dessert or a snack like midday. It is so good. So you can put this in a meal prep container. I work from home, so this is usually how I will have it, but definitely put it in a container if you are working in the office. Here's everything we were able to meal prep for the week, so that way we have healthy meals that we can have for lunch or even for dinner. Okay, I wanted to share with you guys how my fridge looks when it is fully stocked. I shared it with you guys in my grocery haul, but we didn't have the meal prep, so this is how my fridge typically looks. So we have some immunity shots. They were buy one, get one free at Publix this week. So I went ahead and picked these up. I usually make them myself. So if you guys are interested in the recipe, I can share it with you. But whenever they go on sale, I just buy them pre-made. It saves a lot of time. We have the brown rice, sweet potatoes, all of our fruits right here, green juices there. And then coming down here, I also bought this green juice from Costco, and it has all clean ingredients. You can see like the ingredient list right there. And I love alternating between this green juice and celery juice. So that's why you see I only meal prepped out like 3 celery juices, because I'll have a celery juice one day and then I'll go to do like a green juice. Have some coffee back there. This is our veggies we prepped out. Chicken we prepped out. I have some almond milk back there for green smoothies that we're going to be having for breakfast every day this week. And then I have tons of fruit, oranges. We have some apples. We have mango. And then this is the shelf for my homemade dog food. It's currently defrosting right now, but this is always the dog shelf for the most part. I always store their food, just a little bit of their food. We have another fridge in the garage, but I just store a few days worth in our fridge right here. And if we need the space, I can just store their food in the garage. But I do like to kind of have a couple of batches in here for them. And then we have some more veggies here for dinners. We have some more yogurt to make those parfaits, which are delicious. Tons of vegetables to cook with our dinner. Tons of like lemon and lime for water and recipes. And then we are fully stocked in our like cheese sandwich drawer. We have like turkey bacon. We can have that for breakfast one day. If I don't want a green smoothie, I can have like turkey bacon with some eggs would be really good. And we have avocados too, so that'd be delicious. We have ground turkey, or not ground turkey. We have turkey breasts for sandwiches, pepperoni, cheeses, and all of the good stuff. So this is what we're going to be eating for the most part this week. And we are stocked and ready to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed meal prepping with me. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. It lets me know to film more videos just like this one. I am about to enjoy this parfait. You guys have to make it. It's yummy. It's low calories. I'm gonna eat this parfait. I will be sure to link the recipes down below for you guys. I also will try to leave all the things I used in today's video, as well as these cute little parfait containers. I hope everyone has an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.